And let's continue with the second part. I'm going to exit out. And the next thing that I'll do now is let's take care of this calculator first. I'm going to maybe double click on let's double click on the form, and right underneath where we have the public patch class, from one I'm going to declare the following variables. So let's say double. So I'm using double data type for the calculator, so I'm going to say first number, comma, second number, and underneath I'm going to declare a string variable for the operator. There we go. And I'm also going to create an array. So the array will hold onto the items that I have in here. The array is going to be double, and that's how you create your array. Okay, you enter square bracket. So I'm just going to call the array items, that's the name of the array, equals new, and the amount that will be inside the double data type, that is going to be 7. Enter semicolon right there. That's another variable taken care of. Now underneath, take note of this. The next thing is I want to specify the price for each item. So I'm going to come in here again. Let's say double, and the very first item, I think I do have bread in there, so let's assume the cost of a loaf of bread is going to be about £1.55. And the next one that I do have in there, I think I have coffee and espresso, things like that. So let's change this one to coffee. I think I also have milk. I have latte. I think I have espresso. Then what is the next one? Let's check that out. Let's see. Oh, beans. Okay. Alright. Enter beans in here. There. And now let's fix the cost. For coffee, we can make that about maybe, yeah, that's fine. There, and for the milk, I think milk might be a little bit cheaper, I don't know. Latte, the cost for latte, I have no idea. Espresso, no idea neither. So let's just give it any price. And the beans, I don't even have a clue. Okay, here we go. Those are my variables taken care of. So have a good look at them, or take a good look at the variables that I intend to use. For now, we'll be coming back here to enter the variables for my for the MySQL database. Okay, so we'll be coming back here. So let's take it step by step. Now let's go into the calculator here. Now the very first thing I want to do is I'm going to select the number keys, including the dot or the decimal place, and let's select event. Now I'm going to use event click, so I'm going to call that number click and press enter. Oh, let's see, it's an error there. Cancel that, and let's go back in there. Oh, let's see, number click. All right, that is fine. There. Now that we are in the procedural area for the number click event, first of all, I'm going to create an object button, and this button I'm going to call it B, Yeah, that's good enough. I'm going to say b equals button, and this object that is button, I want it to be a sender. There we go. Then let's use an if statement, but before then let me do one thing. You see the text box here? I'm going to enter a value in there. Come down here and just enter a default value of 0 in there. There. And I would also like it to be aligned right. Okay, hold on. And let's go back to my code in here. So this procedural area is just for all the buttons, including the decimal point. So I'm going to start by using an if statement. If, opening bracket, txt display dot text equals the value of 0. Remember, I enter 0. Then open up a curly braces. Inside our curly braces, you now want the system to clear whatever we have inside the text box. There we go. Clear it. Now we're going to use another if statement. Come right down here, and we're going to now say if b.text, remember b is representing each of those buttons, equals the decimal point. Then this is what I want the system to do. Enter curly braces for that. We now want the system to now do as follows. So in that case, if again the txt display itself, txt display dot text dot contains decimal. In that case, I want the following to happen. Let's just say txt display dot text, that will be equals txt display dot text plus whatever we have in b. Enter semicolon for that. So we've just taken care of b, or the decimal place. Now right underneath here, we're now going to use an else statement so that we can take care of the other numeric value. I'm going to say else. I want this to grab whatever value that is in there. There we go. Okay guys, let's have a quick look at this. That shouldn't be there. And here, if no, that's wrong. That should be if not display the text that contains. Okay, that is fine. Okay, I'm going to try it out now. I don't have to include these curly braces here, but let's see. Let's run it and see. It's coming up now. There we go. And let's try it out. Okay, that's fine. Let's see if that works again. No, it's not working, so that is fine. Alright, that's cool. It's working the way we want. Okay, now exit out. Now the next thing I'm going to take care of, let's take care of the operators. I'm going to select all of the operators, go to the properties, and right here inside the event as well. Okay, that is the event. Okay, now I'm going to come in here to where we have click. I'm just going to call that click operator or operator or up click operator click. There we go, right there. And I'm also going to just create that, just dump that in here. Let's create an object, and this very object we store whatever value we have inside the whatever operator value we have in on any of the buttons. So well, first of all, I'm going to start by declaring as follows: first number, whatever we have inside first number equals, let's say, double dot parse, and what are we passing in there? Whatever we have inside txt.display text, txt.text, I mean, there, end that. Now the variable operator, or opera, like I call it, that would be equals whatever b is, b.text, there. And let's clear whatever we have in here. So we just say txt display equals clear, there. Or you can just say txt display dot clear dot clear. I think we have to enter parentheses in there. Here we go. So that takes care of the arithmetic operators. Alright, so that's good. Now let's take care of maybe the backspace. Come in here. Where's the backspace? There we go. Double click on the backspace. So with the backspace, let's use an if statement to check whatever we have inside the text box. So I'm going to grab hold of this and come right down here. That is the backspace. If txt display.text.length, if it's greater than 0, then txt display.text equals txt display. Grab this, paste that in there, equals txt display dot remove. Do that again, dot remove. And what is it removing? It's removing whatever we have inside the length minus 1. So I'm going to grab hold of this, paste that in here, and that will be minus 1 comma 1. So the very first one there, that's what that means. Let's move this so that you guys can see that. Alright, that's taken care of. Now the next thing we want to do is, however, you see, it will take care of it. It will delete the values that we have on the text box. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's run it and see. So if we enter whatever value in there, we can just use the backspace to get rid of it. But now we hit the last value. So what I want you to do is to default back to 0 for me. So if there's nothing in there, so using another if statement, I'm going to say if there's nothing in there, I want you to just go back to 0. So let's grab all of this. I think that will do it. Paste that in there. If this one has nothing, if it's equals nothing, and I want this to default back to 0, so everything in here, get rid of that and just enter 0 in there. I think that should take care of that. Okay, so that should take care of that. So let's try that out again. Click on run. There we go. Now select whatever value and just backspace. There we go. Look at that. That's fine. Alright, so end that. Okay, so that's taken care of. Now let's take care of, maybe we should take care of clear. So double click on that. So with the clear entering, I'm going to first of all and say use as follows. Let's say clear entering, okay, the text box equals 0. Now let's do one thing. Let's create string, and this string will be f and S. The F is for first value, the second one is for second value. So let's say F equals whatever we have inside. No, that should be convert dot to string whatever we have inside first number. So let's call our first number. There we go. And we're going to repeat the same thing for second number. So I'm going to grab all of these, paste that underneath here. That will be for second number. So change this to S. And second num. Close that. Okay. So whatever we have inside first number or second number is stored into these two string variable. So what I then want it to do is delete whichever one. So let's say first equals clear, and repeat the same thing for the second one equals clear as well. So whatever value you have in there will be deleted. So that should take care of clear entry. Okay, the very first value is deleted and so on. Okay, now let's delete. Let's just take care of just clear this very one here. Double click on that. Once it's clear, there, that's taken care of. Now we want to take care of plus minus. Double click on the plus minus, and right in here, first of all, I'm going to declare a variable. I'll call that variable, let's say it's known as P. P equals, let's convert whatever we have in the text box itself, dot, convert to double, and what are we going to have in there? We have text box, txt display. Now txt display is going to be equals convert whatever we have inside P dot convert to string, and we add -1 multiplied by P, and that takes care of the plus minus. So what's going to happen is you're going to end up owing someone. So let's save that and run that and see how that's going to work. It's coming up there. So let's say we have plus minus. Look at that, multiply by whatever. So we now need these to work. So all of these are working now. Okay, they are all working fine. Right. Okay, so let's close that. Now we now need to take care of the equals, and that will be all with the calculator. Double click on equals, and with the equals I'm going to use switch statement. But before I do that, let's come in here and say, let's enter the second num variable. I want it to take in whatever value we have inside the text box. So let's say double dot parse whatever we have inside txt display.text. Enter semicolon. Now the switch statement, let's say switch, and what are we switching to? We're switching to the operator that was declared right up there. If you guys can still recall the operator, that is it, the string operator. And I'm now going to enter curly braces. Now saying case. So what is the case going to be? The very first one is going to be the plus sign. If the operator we're talking of is a plus sign, then we want txt display, come right down here, txt display, we now want it to take in whatever value we have in there. So we're going to say equals first number plus second number. Now let's close that with, and say dot convert to string, enter semicolon. So we need to actually enter parentheses in there, and underneath here let's take care of these errors that's irritating. So I'm going to just say default that will be equals, let's say break. There we go. And we also enter break here. So let's come in here, just paste that, and that error should go now. There. Okay. Now let's take care of the others. So I'm going to copy that, paste, and paste. So this is going to be subtraction, and here will be subtract, multiplication, and that will be multiplication sign, division, correct that error, and that will be division as well. There we go. I think that's all there is to that. Yep, that is it. So that is my equals taken care of. So have a good look at it. Okay, operator, switch operator. If operator selected is plus, carry out this. If it's minus, this, division, this, and this. Right, all done. So I'm going to save and let's run. Okay, check it out. So 9, let's say 93 multiplied by 5. There we go. There. 45.2 plus 9 multiplied by 7. There we go. Plus minus. Multiply that by 2. You're owing 700 plus. Get rid of that. No, that should have. No, let's see. Okay, yeah, that's correct. That's correct. Only the last value get deleted. All right, clear. So I think the calculator is all taken care of now. So check out the codes, guys. That's the plus. And this is for the plus minus, the clear entry, and this is for the backspace. And in here we have operators, and here we have all the numeric button and the decimal button. So run that one more time. And there we go. Multiply that by 5, clears the last entry, multiply by 2, that should give you 50 plus. That is good. Okay, calculator all taken care of. Okay guys, with that I'm going to call it the end of the second part of this tutorial, and I'll see you guys shortly.